Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're doing a pick a food tarot reading and we'll be asking the question, what makes you attractive, irresistible, sexy, sensational to either a person that you choose and have in mind or just in general to everyone who finds you attractive. So what I need you to do right now is decide how you want to go about this reading. Are you going to select a certain person or are you going to ask in general what makes you attractive? Once you've set that intention, you can look at all three groups on screen, all three foods on screen, and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. Not necessarily which one looks the most delicious or beautiful, just whichever one your eye keeps going towards that's pulling you in. We have group number 1 with the grapes, group number 2 with the pomegranate, and group number 3 with the jelly-filled donuts. Once you've selected your group, you can skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps down below, or you can watch through. I am so excited to be doing this reading for you. So the idea that I had is that I am going to be filming all of the top performing videos that you guys love this week, like everyone that is so popular, just to give you like a week filled with your favorite readings, and then I'll get into the 2024 readings eventually. I'm so excited, guys. December is going to be an intense month. I'm going to be filming the 2024 readings non-stop. And while I'm mentioning this, I should let you know that I will be offering the 2024 tarot and mediumship reading very shortly on my website, spiritpsychic.org. It's not up yet, but it should be up within the next few days or weeks. So go ahead and check that out. I also offer other readings on my website, love readings, birthday readings. I love the birthday reading. It's such a good, just check in with yourself type of reading. It doesn't even have to be your birthday. And I think I said that in the description. It's just a good reading to check in with your year previous, your year ahead, where you're at currently, everything. So most of the readings that I offer on my website are video readings. So it's not like an appointment. It's you get a reading, you ask your questions, and then I film your reading and send it back to you. And I love that format because that means we don't have to schedule anything. I don't know about you guys, but I hate scheduling things. I hate having appointments. I just can't do anything for the entire day. So that's why I formatted my readings like that. I hope you guys enjoy that format as well. If you want a personal reading, head on over there. Support me during the holiday season, y'all. All right. Also, if you want to support the channel, I do accept tips and donations. The link to that is also in the description box. And every single donation goes back into the channel. So it goes into things like tarot decks, video equipment, editing software, etc. Also, if any of you ever want a particular deck to appear in these videos, feel free to leave a tip with the amount of money that deck costs and let me know what deck you want me to get and I will totally get it. So yeah, thank you guys. Let's begin now. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. Let's see what makes you hot, what makes you attractive, sexy, and irresistible to either the person that you selected during the intro of this video or just in general to people, okay? We have the prayer coming through. Okay, you guys are very connected to spirit, to source, probably very psychic, intuitive, and there is a part of you that's very humble and empathetic. You have this very strong ability to see things from the perspective of others, and you constantly put yourself in the shoes of others. And I don't know how to put this. It's I'm seeing visions of you being very perceptive to the little things that people would notice. For example, let's just say you're having a date night, all right? And it's gonna end up going somewhere handsy. You put so much effort into the little things. You may put a little dab of perfume, I don't know, on your inner leg area. I know that's so specific, but this is just what I'm seeing. Or like you may use a certain scent or oil in your hair, and then you pay attention to your teeth, your mouth, like all the little parts of your body you pay attention to, which I believe, oh, I can't remember the name of it. Never mind. There's some text. I believe it's an Indian text. Please let me know in the comment section. I can't remember the name of it. Oh my God, it's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember the name of it. But like, it goes into detail about really adorning your body, every corner, every crevice of your body, and putting a lot of intentionality, not only towards your body, but also the environment and the whole experience of sharing some intimate time with others. Please leave a comment if you remember the name. I remember it, it's not coming to me right this moment. Yeah, so there's that. I'm seeing like a sultry, like attention to detail, which is very attractive, even in your home or your living space. Like you pay attention to these things, like the smell, the sound, the lighting, the artwork or ambiance, even like with your body, the way that your clothes fit, the way that you take care of your personal hygiene, all of these things together, they're like a bunch of little things coming together that makes you intoxicating. All of this is rooted in the fact that you are able to see things from other people's perspective, and you're able to put yourself in other people's shoes and sort of see the little things that you know will be intoxicating to others. Also, you know, I hate this. This is gonna come across so wrong. So like, bear with me here, but like, you're very humble. And guys, I am not the type of person who's gonna sit here and say like, put yourself last, it's so attractive. I think putting yourself last is very unattractive personally. And I'm not saying you do that. I think people pleasing is toxic, and I think it's a red flag, and I don't know why in so much media and music, there's, especially with women, are painted to be like so perfect when they put themselves last. And I think that's really toxic, and I think that isn't attractive at all, honestly. I think that's the opposite of attractive. I think when someone puts themselves first, not in a selfish way, but like in a healthily selfish way, taking care of your health, your finances, your needs, your wants, before you start worrying about other people, I actually think that makes you incredibly intoxicating. However, after you've done that, sure, you have an abundance that you can give and you can be more generous. And I feel like with that overflow, with that abundance, you are very generous, and you just see, with the prayer coming out, I feel like you are very non-judgmental. People pick up from you really quickly after meeting you that you're the type of person who is not racist, sexist, homophobic, anything. Like they really pick up your very non-judgmental attitude in the way, even in the words that you choose to use and the way that you carry yourself, how you communicate. Like you're the type of person who would definitely respect people's pronouns, for example. And even in the language that you choose to use, you may choose very inclusive language, as to make everyone feel welcome in your life. You may have very strict rules about this as well. For example, if you have your own home or apartment, you may not tolerate anyone coming into your sacred space and saying or acting in a way that puts other people down. Like, for example, like, let's just say you're having a party and your friend brings someone and they start going off on this like sexist, racist, homophobic, xenophobic rant, whatever. You may literally say, hey, get out of my apartment, get out of my house. We don't do that here. Very stern in your boundaries with that. You seem like the type of person who like just cannot harm anyone intentionally. And not only that, but you go out of your way to embody these morals, which like people are, I almost feel like it's intimidating a little bit to people, not gonna lie. Because a lot of people in this day and age, in this reality, they like to think that they have morals, but when it comes to actually practicing those morals on like a day-to-day basis, a lot of people fail. And I feel like you're not the type of person to actually fail at that. One thing that you may have had to overcome in your past was being too extreme, though, like incriminating people who did not live up to your standards morally. And I feel like you've been kind of overcoming that with age. And like, for example, you can empathize with people who do bad things, but maybe in the past you could never ever empathize with that, and like to the point where like you were very outspoken. Like, for example, if like say someone like cheated on someone else, like you'd be like, I could never be their friend, like how dare they, blah blah blah. Like a little bit overboard with it. One thing that I think you're also going to have to learn in this lifetime is that everyone is very different, and most people will not be able to live up to your morals. And here's the thing, guys, here's the thing. I feel like this is actually rooted in you being very harsh on yourself. Like your own internal monologue, and maybe even in your childhood, it may have been a little strict, or you're very strict and disciplined when it comes to yourself and how you operate, how you behave. Like you are very like militant with the expectations you carry towards yourself. You know, you expect very high level things from yourself and behavior from yourself. And that can manifest on the outside as you frequently getting disappointed in the world around you and with people in your lives and in your relationships. So I know that doesn't have anything to do with this reading, but if you find yourself living that reality, like where you're constantly in relationships that are disappointing or feeling disappointed by everything going on in the world, Spirit is saying that is linked to your own internal harshness towards yourself, having too high of standards for yourself and not allowing room for human error or playfulness to enter. How you speak to yourself, how you treat yourself is also how you will view others and treat others, okay, and see the world. And we know this, everyone knows this, is pretty common knowledge, you know. We always say like how other people treat you is just a reflection of how they view themselves. But flip that wisdom around and ask yourself, how am I viewing all the people around me? Like generally, what are the themes, the patterns I see repeating in the people around me? And what does that reflect about myself? So, I don't know. Next, we have the starfish. Okay. All right. I see what we're dealing with. The starfish spirit is showing me that you are very conventionally attractive, like very physically beautiful. Physically beautiful. And I'm sure you're beautiful on the inside as well, but like outstanding physically. I don't know what you guys look like. I don't know if you realize that you're a hottie with a body, but you are. The star, like literally out of all of the spirit guides from this deck, out of all of the animal spirits, like the starfish embodies physical beauty. And, you know, there's a star-like element to you. So I don't know if you do things in the public eye a lot, like if you are on social media a lot, or if you're really good at taking photos, or maybe you're an entertainer, an artist of some sort. The starfish usually represents people who are very popular, out there, center of the attention. You know, if you're in a group, you stand out, group number one. All right, you stand out in groups. This may be because of the distinct way in which you dress, or like I said, going back to what we said earlier, you have this level of attention to detail that is insane. And it's all the little things that you do that add up that like make you stand out amongst the masses, okay? The little things, like you may like, I don't know why I'm seeing like whitening your teeth and then making sure there's no dirt under your fingernails. Like these are all very little things, but when you accumulate them, you look stunning. You look very beautiful. And it's not just physical either. You know, you have the same mentality in your life. Like you may be very aware of your financial situation, your health situation, the foods you eat. You're just very hyper vigilant, to be honest. And again, that may be rooted in trauma. That that may be rooted in a childhood that was less than average. But, you know, it's like diamonds, you know, they form under pressure. So yeah, one thing I am seeing here though is that when people are very attracted to you and they're magnetized towards you, you do give off a sense of mystery. I feel like it takes you a while to get deeper with people, to grow closer to them. And, you know, one thing you may notice, you may have heard comments like this in the past, and I don't mean to offend you, but some people may have accused you of being like, not airheaded, like ditzy almost, because they didn't understand you. You know, it may be because, see, let me go back to what we were saying earlier. You have perspective, and you may be very well aware of how to make people feel good in conversation, for example, right? So you may be aware consciously that other people feel really good when you ask them questions and you give them space to talk. And you may know on a psychological level that that makes them fall in love with you and be magnetized towards you and like you because you're taking interest in them. So because of that, you may ask people a lot of questions that you already know the answer to. Like, oh, you're into Bitcoin, tell me more. And then you get mansplained about cryptocurrency for like hours on end. And, you know, meanwhile, this dude or girl, but let's be real, this dude is sitting here explaining to you cryptocurrency and how it's like the best investment ever for like hours on end. And you may have a whole business degree, you know, you may have tons of investments. And here they are thinking, wow, I'm going to teach this little girl or this little boy, how to invest in crypto. I'm gonna be this amazing like financial investor teacher. Meanwhile, you're here like already knowing all of this stuff. Just making this person feel very special and important because, you know, maybe at some points in your life, you didn't feel special and important. You may have felt neglected by the people around you. So now you go out of your way and give people space to talk about what they're passionate about, even if you already know what the heck they're talking about and you know it better than them. So also, I think you have a skillful way, and I don't think you do this consciously. You have a skillful way of diverting the conversation back to other people. Which I feel like very few people, to be honest, group number one, actually sees the depth that you have. Like, you honestly let very few selected people into your heart, into your world, and let them see the greater depth that lies beyond this physical beauty and these very skillful conversational tactics, psychological tactics. Like, you let very few people see behind that curtain. And the people who do see behind that curtain are very lucky because what they'll find is an extreme depth and connection to the universe, the world at large. And I'm getting like visions of like the neurological pathways in your brain all lighting up. Like, you can connect everything. You're very intuitive. You have so much depth. And I feel like you can talk about a very wide range of topics because you just feel very educated, very interested in many different areas of life. And like, I feel like what you give to people, to most people, is like only 1% of what you can give. What you show, rather, I should say what you show is only like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to you. And that tip is very beautiful, very beautiful, very stunning. It creates a sense of mystery and allure, but people who are dumb, people who are not that intelligent may mistake you for someone who's just very surface level or like doesn't have a lot of depth because they're only seeing that tip of the iceberg and they think that's it. Now, I want to say this isn't the majority of people, but you may have gotten comments or noticed that people treat you that way in the past. Like, they take you for granted, not take you for granted, but like underestimate you. People may underestimate you a lot. All right. Your energy oracle is strategy. Exactly. I knew it. This is confirmation from what I was just saying, guys. Like, you are very consciously aware of like all that goes into attraction, honestly, like at large, how to make people fall in love with you and win them over and influence them. Honestly, like a lot of you are probably into psychology. Honestly, that's what it feels like here. And you may have been awkward in the past. You may have been shy. So you may be resisting this message, but over the years, I feel like you've accumulated quite a bit of knowledge when it comes to just like little tips and tricks here and there on how to improve things in your conversations, in your appearance, in your life, etc. And all of these little things that you do come together and make you extremely attractive. I mean, the starfish spirit would not have come out if you were not extremely attractive, okay? And what do I mean by extremely attractive? I mean the majority of people who see you think that you're attractive. You probably have a lot of secret admirers, a lot of strangers who look at you and are like, wow, look at that. Have you ever like, gone out and, most people are like average looking, right? Just have an average energy. But then there's like one person in the room and you're like, oh my God. And like you find yourself staring at them, not even just like because of their looks, but also just the energy they give off. Like you're that person. All right. Let me just clarify that. I'm not just saying that to win you over. I'm not just saying that so you'll subscribe and like this video and comment. I am really genuinely seeing that. People also are surprised by the way you speak. Okay, I feel like the words that you choose, the subjects that you have, the insights you have on various conversations, various, topics, sound very intelligent. And that kind of takes people off guard because now this is like a prejudice, I guess, that other people may carry. But like you're very physically attractive, and I don't know why some people carry the prejudice that like physically attractive people, like all they care about is like working out or like their appearance. But to be physically attractive and extremely intelligent, like it's just, almost too good to be true sometimes. People are very surprised by how your mind works in addition to your physical beauty and glamour. But yeah, I think that people are very attracted to how practical you are. It's interesting. You're practical, but also spiritual. It feels like you balance the two out very well. Some of you may have a creative skill, such as music. I'm seeing music, notes, composition over here, or writing, poetry. This says journal/log. So I just really feel deep psychology stuff going on here. So you may be really on top of your mental health. You may keep a journal or have gone to therapy or have read so many self-help books. So like, I don't know, I just feel like you have a lot of insights and probably give some pretty good advice, which is also very attractive. Like you have a good head on your shoulders. So this final oracle card, we're going to get tarot as well and some other cards. This is what it looks like, and it says playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Here's the thing, guys. I feel this is coming back to what I said earlier about like some people mistake you as being like ditzy or like airheaded, like not having as much depth. I feel like you smile all of the time. Like, which I resonate with. I totally am the same, which it's actually a problem. I have this horrible like habit where when I get super nervous, I just start laughing uncontrollably. And like in the worst scenarios, like at funerals, one time I literally accidentally ran a red light in the middle of a city. Oh my gosh. And almost got T-boned by a cop. And he pulled me over and I just could not stop laughing. Oh my God. But like I guess he thought it was like cute and charming or whatever. And he didn't even ask for my license. Anyways, I feel like you may be the same. Okay. Like laughing, smiling, haha, hee hee. Like having a hard time remaining too serious, which I think is a great quality personally, but people who don't know you better I don't know, they may accidentally bypass all of this depth that you have. So that's the only thing here. But people really have fun with you. And also with this card, playfulness and laughter, you probably have a really good sense of humor. I'm not surprised. People who are intelligent generally have a good sense of humor. So yeah. One thing I wanted to do, let's see if you guys like this. I don't know. I just wanted to pull some cards. So I have a lot of homemade oracle decks. With just like traits. So this could be like extra confirmation if this is your reading. Now, all of these traits are not going to resonate with you. Let me just say that right out the gate. But, you know, if any of these stick out, that may be an attractive trait that people find in you. Some of these like won't resonate with you at all. That's totally fine. Remember, we're reading for a collective here, but these are like, you know, various normal like traits people may have. So let's see. Law and public policy. So if any of you watching are working in legal stuff, public policy, things like that, or if you have a very strong interest in politics, law, etc., and you feel very passionate about that and you speak about that a lot, or like are an activist of any kind, that is very attractive to people. We have Capricorn. So if you're Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, I would say. Again, confirmation, this is your reading, you're extremely attractive. Or if you have the initials P or R, first, middle, last name, or if these mean anything to you, further confirmation. Okay, so those are just a few signs for a few of you out there. Let's see if we can get more. I don't even remember the last time I used this deck. I don't even know if this will work for this reading. I don't remember like anything in here. Okay. We have thick with 3 C's. Okay, so clearly a lot of you watching got some curves that people really, you know, enjoy looking at, touching, etc. We have romantic / cute style. So this may be how you like to dress or do your makeup. Posh, adult, expensive style. Okay, so this is another like way of dressing and more like, even if it's not luxury clothes, things like attention to the fabric and you know, like higher quality looking clothes. What I mean by adult is like, how do I even put that? Like business casual, high-end looking, doesn't have to be high-end. We also have vintage aesthetics. So a lot of fashion choices are coming out here. All of these people find very attractive in you when you dress this way. You may dress in all of these ways. I mean, there's different moods for different days. And we have pregnant. Okay, someone here is pregnant. And you're still killing it. You're still hot. Okay. Oh, you know what else I see with the pregnant card? If you're a woman, all right, this is going to sound so bad, but like sometimes people may literally like fantasize over getting you pregnant. Or like, you know, putting a baby in you. So I'm just saying, guys, or like maybe you have all these good traits, honestly, like this is like stellar. So people may look at you and be like, that is like the perfect like person to put a baby in right there. Or even if you're not a woman, like just people who are attracted to you, they view you as like husband, wife, spouse material, you know? Like you're the whole package. So we're gonna get some zodiac signs. Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We also have Virgo coming out, so a lot of earth energy. And any other signs. And guys, remember, none of these have to really resonate with you. This is just a little extra clarification or validation for anyone who needs it. We have Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, okay? And, you know, Capricorn, Virgo, Sagittarius. Sagittarius shows an interest in the world at large and always educating yourself. Even if you don't have this sign, you know, you may have these traits. Also, like traveling, being involved with foreigners or foreign affairs, being very interested in that. Capricorn is very hardworking. Like I said, that goes back to your very disciplined way in which you view yourself and you operate your life. That's definitely Capricorn, hardworking. And then Virgo is that quality of putting people, being very generous, putting people above yourself, but not above yourself. How do I put it? The healthy expression of it would be having your overflow after you've already met all of your needs and using that overflow to help people and be very generous. Okay, that's the healthy expression. So those are some extra cards for you. We're gonna finish off with some tarot to see further what makes you super irresistible, super hot and attractive to the people around you or to the person that you asked about. Now this is from the Light Seers Tarot, one of my favorite decks. We have the Page of Swords in reversed. Yeah, this is you having the ability to talk about every single subject and very, very intelligent, very sharp. It is in reverse though, so this is what I was kind of mentioning earlier about some people don't get to see the depth that you have. You may come across as very like spacey sometimes. And you may know this, I have ADHD. So if any of y'all also have ADHD, like, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you can't help it. Like, you just can't focus in a group setting on all the conversations going around you. You may stare off. You may like, I don't know, like do your own thing. Like, for example, when I drink, oh my God, I'm so bad. It gets so bad. Like, I'll literally just like walk away mid conversation, not on purpose. And it's so rude. Or like constantly like have to ask someone to repeat themselves, jumping subject to subject. So you may have some similar qualities to that. And always like skillfully dodging questions. Someone may ask about you and you may give very short responses, and try to divert the conversation back to them a lot. I don't know if you're consciously aware that you do this, but yeah, people don't really very few people get to see the depth of who you are. I think that's one area that you can improve if you want. We have the Three of Wands in reversed. Okay, there's an ambition about you that's coming through here. You may not have all of your dreams or goals met just yet, but you have this drive to make the world a better place and make your life better, which people find attractive as well. Some of you may have very specific hobbies as well. I'm seeing the surfboard. I don't know that many surfers. And so when someone tells me like, oh, I surf a lot, like that sticks out to me. So you may have some sort of hobby like that. We have the Star in reversed, exactly. This is talking about that ambition again. And the star. Some of you guys may have ambition to be very well known for what you do, like public speaking, influencer, artist, activist. Like you have ambition to be quite popular when it comes to your career, life purpose, or something that you do. You may have like a blog, for example, or like YouTube, podcast, some of you. And you're still growing that. You may still be building a name for yourself. Okay, we have 10 of Pentacles reversed, King of Pentacles upright. I feel like when people are attracted to you, they literally view you as like someone who would make a really amazing partner, like long term. Okay, so if you asked about someone in particular and what makes you sexy to them, like it's all of these traits that come together and make you like perfect long-term partner in their eyes. Honestly, I am seeing that. Now you may not have your life completely together yet. Like you may not have that much money. You may, be building a dream up for yourself, getting your life together right now. But people see the potential in you. Like you have so much potential, and I feel like that's just so attractive. Like, yeah, like people really visualize a long-term future with you. If you asked about someone in particular, I'm just going to tell you outright, like they want something long-term with you. There may be a lot that you still need to do in life. Like maybe you need to graduate school. Maybe you need to pay off significant debts. Maybe some of you have children and they're still very young, and maybe some of you are like recently divorced. There may be some baggage in life, as we all have, that you're working through right now. But yeah, if you ask about someone in particular, they definitely see a long-term potential with you, which is very, very attractive. Also, you're very loyal, dependable. You give off the vibe that you would never like just ghost someone or leave them hanging. You seem very, very good at psychology and like mental health stuff, as we mentioned earlier. And you make people feel very secure in themselves and in their connection with you. So yeah, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. I love hearing how these readings resonate with you. So leave a comment. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my goddess energy intention oil there, so check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what makes you sexy, hot, attractive, and irresistible to the person you selected in the beginning of this video, or just in general to everyone. We have the Judge coming through. Wow. Okay, so this is an archetype that you embody here. And this is showing, similar to group number one, you have very strong morals, okay? A very high way in which you view reality and your fellow humans here. You are someone who advocates for the weak, who wants everyone in this world to have the best experiences possible. You're somebody who I'm seeing teaches through what you learn. So you may learn better ways of living, doing things, and you just want to help everyone improve their lives. You have a very special psychic ability, I'm seeing, where people can come to you with their problem, their predicament, and you can easily, like almost intuitively, find the greatest solution for them, like the highest path of healing for them to take. And you may have gotten into trouble in the past, honestly, because using this ability, you may have given a lot of advice to people that they may not have taken or appreciated, but always, like 100% of the time, your advice turns out being correct, which can be frustrating for you. Definitely a sign of psychic abilities. What I'm seeing here is a deep desire to protect those whose voices have been diminished and advocate for those who don't have a voice, souls like animals or underprivileged groups of people. You are very adamant about everyone and everything being equal on this planet. You know what's funny? I'm saying this and it brings me back to a discussion I was just having earlier today, actually. I was trying to explain to someone that cats cannot be humans' pets. They're just not pets. They choose humans that they want to be around and domesticate. Like literally, cats domesticate humans. I don't care what anyone has to say. If you think otherwise, you clearly are not a cat person. They just have free autonomy, free will. And a lot of people don't respect animals in this way. Like, it's very sad to me. Like, they don't view animals as equals or capable of equal intelligence and just having like different bodily anatomy and skills, you know? You, on the other hand, may be someone who really does view everyone and everything equally, you know? Humans are no better or more important than trees or bears or fish. Like, we're all equal in this ecosystem that we call Earth. And I feel like you view everyone from this very egalitarian standpoint, which makes you an excellent judge. Honestly, like if you were literally a judge, I feel like you'd be an amazing judge. Now, one thing that you may have had to go through karmically in life, like a lesson you may have had to learn, was to not let your ideas and opinions become so radical that they accidentally incriminate and indoctrinate other people. For example, like a lot of progressive people, like politically, a lot of aggressive people may go too far into being progressive that they actually like turn out the other way. I always say, like in politics, if someone goes too far left, they'll end up being extreme right, and vice versa. Someone who goes too far right in their politics ends up being extremely leftist, weirdly enough. And so I want to say here, one thing that you may have to pay attention to is extremist ideas and becoming too involved in liberation and harmony and equality that you like accidentally judge other people harshly in the process. Does that make sense? Am I making sense right now? That may have been a lesson you had to learn. You know, like you may, for example, like let's just say you know all about healthy eating and being super healthy, right? And you may be really, really into this and you want to help every single person become as healthy as they can. And in the process of doing that, you may actually harm a lot of people by giving unsolicited advice or being so extreme in like the way that you do things that you're no longer open-minded about other ways of doing things. That may have been a lesson you had to learn in life. Anyways, this has nothing to do with what makes you attractive. So let me get back to the point. People find these traits, this skill set very attractive within you. The fact that you care, the fact that you're passionate, outspoken, opinionated, it is so hot. Like, it is so attractive to people. Like, caring, honestly, like I agree with this, by the way. Like, caring about people, caring about a cause is one of the hottest things a person can do. Like, oh my God, just caring in general is super hot. Like, I am so unattracted to dudes who pretend like they are so nonchalant, they don't have feelings, like they try to like dull their affections towards me. Like, I'll be like, good morning, Honeybun, and they're just like, good morning. It's like, oh, immediate yuck, immediate uninterest from my point of view, because like why you're the opposite of nonchalant. You have no chill, group number 2. And I love that about you, and other people love that about you. It's amazing. You're very, very passionate, and you know what, that fire that you have when it comes to caring for this world and its inhabitants, that fire exists within you in other ways as well. You know, you're probably a very passionate lover. Let me just say that, like, not to get all dirty on you, but like, you're probably very passionate in what you do. Everything you do feels a little heated, a little extreme. But like, that's a good thing and a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's a neutral thing. But when it comes to love, that's a good thing. Okay. Like, very passionate, very zesty, very, I'm thinking of, what's her name? Sofia Vergara? What? I don't know her last name. The character she plays on, what's that show called? Modern Life, Modern Living, Modern something, Modern Family. I think Modern Family, is that what that is? And her character is like, first of all, very stereotypical. I can't stand it, but like also very, very passionate, like that. And I feel like that is kind of you, you know? When you get passionate, your voice kind of changes. You get very, like, you light up. And it's just like, people really listen to you when you talk. Like, when you get into that passionate ramble about something, people are just like staring at you like, wow, group number 2, look at them. All right. We have the hawk spirit. I knew something like this was going to come out for you guys. You know, the hawk spirit reminds me of fire and air for some reason. Very fiery and intellectual at the same time, which perfectly, you know, matches what we were just saying. And the hawk has a, you know, beautiful vision of the world beneath them. They can see things very, very clearly. You know what, group number 2, I feel like you're someone who sees beyond the matrix as well. At times, sometimes you may slip back in accidentally. And what I mean by that is, like, you can see how governments and media and, you know, large corporations use their power, their influence, their money to change the culture. And I don't want to get into like mind control, but kind of mind control to continuously support themselves and their mission. And their mission may be more money, more power, you know, whatever the heck their mission is. But you see beyond that, honestly. You're the type of person who, like, if you met like someone extremely famous, you wouldn't be weird and unfazed, like, oh my god, Zac Efron, like, that's not gonna be you. I don't know why Zac Efron was the first person that came to my mind. You're just gonna be like, oh, you're Zac Efron, that's cool, how's your day going? You know what I mean? Like, you really view everyone as equal. If you were like dating, for example, and someone told you that they're like a millionaire, but they treated you like crap, you're not going to stick around just because they're a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, you treat people very fairly. Those things don't faze you. They don't bother you. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't have a penny to your name. Like, you will not sit here and tolerate, befriend, date a millionaire just because they're a millionaire. If they're treating you bad, you're out the door. Like, I feel like you have a very strong foundation, very strong ethics, and like you don't value things such as fame or money in the same way that other people do. Like, you're not a kiss butt weirdo. Like, what am I trying to say? You can make your own money. You can, create your own influence. It's not that you don't value those things. Like, you see the importance of them and the significance they bring. Hopefully, I mean, maybe not all of you. I personally don't view money as evil. That's a great example, actually, of how you could take this really too far. People who think that money is the root of all evil, I feel like that those are extremist views. Money just enhances someone's personality, if you ask me. Like, if your personality is this, if you have a lot of money, it's the same energy, it's just bigger. Okay, it like almost increases your energy field and what's possible for you. Like, if you're a generous person when you're broke, you're gonna be extremely generous when you're having money. If you are a mean, selfish person when you're broke, you're gonna be a mean, selfish person when you have money. That's how I view things. I think that's the reality of it. So I don't know why I just went off on that tangent. Yeah, there may be something about money with you. Even if you don't have money, if you have a lot, like, you may really advocate for certain political policies surrounding finances. You may be really good with your finances, or I don't know why that's coming up. Anyways, the Hawk spirit, this is confirming for me that you guys are definitely light workers, though. Like, you have the ability to see the greatest healing path for a person, an organization, the world. Like, you have the ability to envision the next best steps for anyone and anything. All throughout your life, you had this ability. You're an excellent advice giver. And you may have noticed even in your past that, like, when friends ask you for advice, you give them advice, and like that advice is right almost 100% of the time. You can't think of a single time in your life where you gave someone bad advice. Like, truly, like, yeah. So, very attractive quality here. People often may look back in retrospect and been like, man, I should have listened to group number 2. So that makes you attractive as well. You're very perceptive. People can't like hide things from you easily either. Like, some of you guys really do have strong psychic abilities. You see everything. Nothing slips past you. Everything comes out to you in the end. But yeah, you see things from a sort of higher perspective, so that does show connection to spirit as well. Your energy, door to romance. Oh my gosh. You guys are just romantic. Big romance. Also, the color red keeps popping into my mind. I don't know if you have if you wear red a lot, or red lipstick, or like you have red hair. There's something very sultry about you, very romantic, you're very passionate in dating and romantic connections. I feel that. Like, you love very strongly, which may have caused some toxic relationships in the past. Just being honest, just keeping it real here. But you're extremely impassioned in your connections, and that is a huge turn on to people. Like, you make people feel. Ooh, that is your special ability. Not just romance, but like, you make people feel. If you make artwork, for example, your artwork touches people, like makes them have a certain feeling. When you speak, when you're on a rant about something you're passionate about, you make people feel a certain way. You bring out different emotions. Okay, weird random example. If any of you have ever read the Twilight books or watched the movies, Jasper from that series has this ability where he can change people's moods. So for example, if you're very angry and then he was like in the same room as you, he can make you feel calm. And like, that's his special vampire ability, right? I literally feel like you have that ability, guys. Like, you change people's feelings into whatever you want them to be. Straight up. And it's not magic. It's like, it's psychic energy. It's like the words you choose to use, the scents you wear, the colors you choose, like everything can go into you changing someone's mood, someone's mind. You have a lot of influence. The word influence keeps coming up here. You guys would make excellent public speakers, honestly. Even if you're super shy, you hate the idea of getting up on stage. I'm just saying, like, if you really put your mind to it, I feel like you'd make an excellent public speaker. Or politician, you know, or media influencer. Like, I feel like you change people's minds a lot. And you may have even noticed this in your own life. Like, you may get into a little debate with someone, and then by the end of the debate, like, they're starting to see things from your perspective more. You win arguments a lot, probably, too. Oh, man. All right, from the Lover's Oracle, this is the artwork, and it says, manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So, and we see here this world tree, and it has, like, all of these beautiful symbols of peace, harmony, love, religion, healing on it. So I feel like, I don't know, there's an energy about you where it's just like bringing the world together, harmony, bringing more balance into this world, into this reality. It's very beautiful. I feel like a lot of you watching may be some sort of earth angel or being who came into world, like incarnated onto this earth for a specific reason to bring about more healing, harmony, and change within humanity, so that humanity can start living amongst the earth and other species in a more balanced way. And that's why you chose this specific time in humanity to be born. So your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Similar to group number 1, you may also have some ambition, some goals for yourself, whether those are career goals, saving goals, something, business goals. Oh wait, this is the wrong deck. So we're going to continue, and I'm going to get some very specific traits. Now, I want to say that this portion of the reading, none of it might resonate with you. Some of it may. Definitely not all of it, though. This is just for anyone watching. These are just like bonus traits. If you have any of these traits, they're very attractive, or this is just confirming how attractive you are to other people. And like, you're giving off like super sexy, like romance, passionate energy. Like, people... I feel like you're fun to be in a relationship with. Like, you may be very good at conversations, and like there's a flirtiness about you, just because like you're like playfully debating. I don't know. Okay, these are a lot of traits. Remember, not all of these are going to resonate, but if they do, take it. Okay, we have the initial S, so this could be first, middle, last name, or an important letter. We also have U. Okay, this one's completely blank. We have introverted. All right, you may need to recharge alone a lot. We have active. You may have a very active lifestyle. We have animal care. Yeah, we were talking about animals earlier too. And cats. All right, so a lot of you may be pet owners, or I hate the word pet owners. Like I was just saying, like caregivers to animals, plants, etc. We have architecture and engineering, so this may be something that you do for a career or just are interested in. And we have sensitive. I already knew that. You guys, very psychically sensitive. Being sensitive is a good thing in my book. It makes you a very good psychic. All right. We're going to get some zodiac signs. Again, this may or may not resonate. These are just extra clarification for all of you. We do see a lot of air and fire, though, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We have Cancer coming up. Yes, very sensitive, very passionate. And this could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have Capricorn, hardworking, diligent, your own boss, very self-assured. You feel like a very self-assured person. And we have Sagittarius, being of this world. Probably a lot of you are educated or just know a lot in general. But I do feel very educated vibes, like college, university. I wouldn't know anything about that. I dropped out. But also like traveling. getting involved in other cultures, politics, things like that. So yeah, we have those signs. May or may not resonate. All right. Wow. We have bohemian. You know, you do give me boho vibes, guys. You're like little hippies, but like very, I don't know. I just keep getting like an activist energy, or like very righteous, of this world, being educated on everything that's going on in the world, and not being stuck in the matrix, not being caught up in the matrix. You came here for a purpose, to bring peace, healing, and love into the planet. We have pregnant. This came up for group number 1 too. Some of y'all might be pregnant. Okay, with you, it's different though. With this, I'm getting a vision of Mother Earth being pregnant, because whenever I communicate with Mother Earth, she's always pregnant. Like her spirit is pregnant. With so much possibility, ripeness. So pregnant doesn't just mean that you are pregnant or like have a pregnant wife or girlfriend or whatever. This could be like you have so much new energy building and growing in your life. Like you may be building a business, your career, very ripe with change, you know? That's what I'm seeing there. Okay, and that's very attractive. So, and we have that in manifesting miracles as well. Like you have these ambitions, you're growing something, you have a purpose, which is one of the hottest things ever. All right. We also have pretty much the same. What does that mean? I forget why I made this deck. We have very different. What the heck does this mean? Oh, you know what? I think I made this deck to like identify who someone else is in your life. So I'm like pretty much the same like as you, and then very different from you. Okay, pretty much the same, very different. I feel like with these 2 cards coming out and me being very confused, when it comes to you over time, like people who may have known you for a long time, like old friends, when they like start talking to you again, I feel like so much has changed, but things are still the same. Like your personality and your laughter, like who you are at the core level is always the same. But like you're that type of person. You're that friend who like you don't talk to them for like 2 weeks, and then you catch up, and then you're on the phone and you're like, yeah, so I crashed my car and I got a new job and I broke up with that guy and my house caught on fire, and like you just have so much change happen in such a short amount of time. It's so funny because you're so passionate of a person. Like things are always moving, grooving, shaking, changing for you. A lot of fire energy and air energy, which are both very quick moving. So I feel like people are very attracted to you because you never get boring. Like you always have some new hobby, interest, idea, thing going on in your life. Like people can never get bored of you, which is just beautiful. I love that. And we have grunge, goth, emo. So this could be a sort of style that you embody in addition to bohemian. You know, I actually resonate with this. Like I was so like into like scene kid emo style, very grungy in my youth. And I like turned into this like bohemian, like spiritual person. But you know, a little bit of that darker aesthetic still shines through. So maybe some of you guys went down the same path, or there's like a grunginess, like you like the darker aesthetics, in addition to bohemian. So I don't know. All right, let's get some tarot. Again, those all may have resonated, may not have resonated. That was just some additional clarification for some of you if you needed it. We're gonna get some tarot. What do people, or what does your person that you're asking about think is so hot about you? We have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. You know, it's funny. I feel like you're someone who you give weird energy to me, because it's like you're very like community involved, but I feel like you work terribly with people at the same time. Like you're so independent, yet like also involved in the community simultaneously. Another thing that's very attractive about you with 3 of Pentacles in reverse, you never try showing off to anyone. Like that's just not you. Like you're like who you are, take it or leave it. You don't go out of your way to impress anyone. Like you're just very unapologetically yourself, and people find that very attractive. Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords. Oh my gosh, yes. Your intellect is so hot. Like your words, your perspective is so hot. You get people like I feel like it's intimidating with the 2 of Swords here. Like people don't know what to say because they don't want to come across as stupid to you. Like you do give off a slightly intimidating energy, because it's like no one can win an argument with you. Like some of you may in the past have had to overcome intellectual superiority syndrome. I see it a lot. Like for example, a lot of doctors have it. Like oh, I got my PhD, I'm a doctor, I'm better than everyone. I've seen it so many times. It's a stereotype that's true. Don't even. But that's an example of intellectual superiority. And that, like, I'm saying you may have had to overcome that in your past. You know, I'm not saying you're like that now. I used to be like that. So, you know, it happens. But like, you really are smart though. Very smart. People are very attracted to your brain, your conversational skills, like just how your brain works. I'm seeing here someone, if you're asking about someone in particular, I feel like this person has daydreams where they are talking to you and like debating with you, and like just, they're always very curious about what your opinions are on certain subjects. Even if you're not asking about a certain person, I feel like people who are attracted to you, they often think about you and they're like, I wonder what group number 2 thinks about this subject. Like, maybe I should talk to them. Maybe I should call them up. I want to hear what their opinion are, what they would say about this, what their advice would be about this. Really beautiful. What else makes you sexy, attractive, enticing, irresistible? 7 of Cups. There's a very big daydreaming element here, and with Cancer energy as well. You know, you are very imaginative and mysterious. People never know what you're gonna do next as well, and I think that is it kind of puts people on edge, but in a way that they're attracted to you. Like, they never know what you're gonna say next. They never know what you're gonna do next in your life. People who want a serious relationship with you, for example, they're put a little bit on edge because they're like, man, I don't know if group number 2 is gonna like move to another country in 2 weeks, if they're gonna like, you know, marry me, if they're gonna like do this or that. Like, it puts people on edge, and they want to like lock you in and secure you, you know. Or not, you know, it could be the opposite. I could see the other way of thinking where it's just like, I don't know what they want, but I'm just gonna enjoy this fire while it's here, I guess. We have Strength in reversed. Okay, yeah, people, like, I'm seeing you as this lion energy, very strong, very opinionated, very, like, I can't stop thinking about how passionate you are. So I wonder if some of y'all are little doms, like, I'm sorry. Or it could be, okay, this wasn't supposed to be an 18+ reading. It could be that in your everyday life, you're so strong and like opinionated and like you get everything done and organized, like you're a boss lady or man, right? And then like in the more intimate settings, you're just like super like subby, like, you know, like super, like you dominate me. Like people may fantasize about that, honestly. Both of them, like they fantasize about like your personality, your very strong personality, being dominant to them in that sensual setting. But then they also fantasize like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like shut this person down sexually, like in a kinky type of way. Guys, you're gonna get me demonetized for this energy. Also with the Strength card, I feel like a lot of you may physically be very strong. We did see active as well. You may go to the gym, like you may have big muscle, big like butt or arms or something, something muscular on you, huh? All right, moving on. We have 5 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, guys, people love arguing with you, love talking to you, not arguing, like debating, you know, seeing where you stand. There's like a playful, flirty competition energy that you give off, which is just so beautiful. If you're asking about someone in particular, they love that about you. Like they love that you can banter with them and like they can barely keep up intellectually with you and you challenge them, which is amazing. And you know, maybe this like playful banter leads into like hot and heaviness and they're just like, oh yeah, like show me or like prove it to me. And then it like, I don't know, this whole scene's unfolding in my head. So people definitely are fantasizing about you in that way. If you asked about someone in particular, they are 100% fantasizing about you. And we literally dove into their fantasies like simultaneously, wanting you to dominate them and they want to dominate you. And you make it so much worse by like being a little brat to them. We call that bratty sub in the BDSM community. Yeah, so y'all are freaks. I don't know why this is all coming through. Or the person you're asking about is freaks. Or the people around you just have these freaky thoughts about you. I don't know, man. But yeah, you definitely get people's heart fluttering, very, very passionate about you for sure. You know, if you're asking about someone in particular, I don't know their intentions long term for this relationship. I mean, that's not what this reading's all about. It feels very like hot and heavy though, I can give you that. Yeah, people, the thing is, you give off this vibe of like fluttering around, just doing your own thing. So one thing I do want to say, like maybe as advice, if you find this is a problem for you, where like you find that people don't want to settle down with you, or you find it hard for people to stick around, the problem may be rooted in like people don't know what your long-term plan is in life. You may not even know what your long-term plan is in life. You know, you may be here, there, everywhere, which is very Sagittarius energy, mind you. And so that may be like the problem with that. If you're wondering if that's a problem for you and you're wondering, I feel like that is where that problem is rooted from. But yeah, guys, you're very hot. Like people are very sexually and romantically attracted to you, for sure, because you just have so much fire energy within your soul, and like you're mentally, like your flirt game is on points. All right. Plus the physical attraction level here, I mean. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I definitely would love to hear how this resonated with you in the comment section. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. Let's see what makes you sexy, what makes you hot and irresistible to either the person you asked about in the beginning of this video or whoever is attracted to you. First, we have the ring, and guys, you know, this really represents unity, oneness with the world, with the universe, and right off the bat, you know, this is telling me that people really think that you are the full picture, like you have everything to offer. And I mean, the ring oftentimes does represent that commitment, you know, marriage, long-term union. And so people really view you as that full package, and they envision a life with you. So that's very beautiful. Also, if any of you asked about a certain person and why they think you're sexy, why they think you're hot, I want to tell you right away, they want some long-term committed energy from you. If you already have that, that's great. If not, they really want that. But in general, people really view you and they see everything that you offer, everything that you bring to the table. And it's not just that they find you physically attractive or mentally, emotionally attractive, intellectually attractive, spiritually attractive. Like, it's all of the above. And you really bring out this energy in people where they just want to like cling on to you almost. Some of you guys may have struggled in the past by attracting clingy partners. All right, because like it's just, you're too good to, you know, just let pass by. And so I feel like a lot of people really, which is funny because group number 2, they had sort of an opposite reading. Like they had this message come through of like they may have had trouble in the past, you know, attracting people who wanted something more long-term, serious, whatever. With you, right away, we're seeing that people just instantly imagine what life would be like with you by their side, and it's just beautiful. We have the crow spirit. Okay. The crow spirit only comes out and connects to people with very strong psychic abilities. Actually, all 3 of the groups today, very strong psychic abilities. Y'all are very intuitive, so happy to be reading for so many intuitive people. The crow connects with people who practice magic or strong prayer or manifestation, law of attraction, shamanism in all of its forms, psychic connection, spiritual connection, etc. Like you will find a lot of crows around you. You will find the spirit of the crow connecting with you. And this is showing that magic, that mystery. And so people actually find that very attractive within you. I feel like you're someone who is very mystical. You give off a mystical energy, like, how do I even put this? Like medicine man or woman energy, like seer in the woods energy. Like I'm getting visions of like a hot woman living in like a cabin in the woods, and she just walks around in gardens naked and dances under the moonlight, and you know what I mean? Like this wild woman or wild man energy that's so connected to earth and spirit and source and everything. There is something very like primal about what attracts others to you. It feels, guys, you must have a lot of past lives as someone who takes on the shamanic archetype and path in life. Like in past lives, you always acted as this bridge connecting like spirit and earth, whether you did that as a healer, an herbalist, a psychic, a seer, a fortune teller, a gypsy on the road, spreading, you know, music and connecting to the spirit of things. Like I don't know. There's a lot of past lives I'm picking up here. There's a lot of you watching. So I feel like you just carry this energy that is very wise, and like you're very respected and revered. Is that the word? Revered? I don't know if I'm making any sense. You know, I've been speaking my English my whole life, and you think I wouldn't. Like, I get comments all the time on how I'm apparently speaking English wrong. Oh, you know what? Maybe some of you, the language that you speak primarily is not your first language, and your accent may be very attractive to people. Or if you're like bilingual, trilingual, that's always attractive to me. Like, I think it's super hot when people speak multiple languages and have good vocabulary. You know, I don't know why. I've always just been attracted to that. Very worldly people. And, you know, I keep getting these visions of like traveling as well and having a nomadic lifestyle. Some of you watching may have a nomadic lifestyle, or it's just you have that nomadic spirit. Even if you're not living that lifestyle, I can't describe it like perfectly, but the energy you give off is like raw, primal connection to earth and spirit, and it's really hot. Like I literally just said this, but I keep like envisioning just this woman of the woods, you know, just completely in nature and like swimming naked through creeks and knowing the land. And I don't know, man, like I'm not saying you do that, but like that's your spirit. So yeah, I mean, it's hot. All right. Your energy oracle is rest and rejuvenation in reversed. Okay. I feel like whatever ambitions you have in life, it feels like your energy is never ending, sort of, which makes a lot of sense because you're connected to source very strongly. So it's like people feel like you just never stop, have energy. A lot of you watching may actually be really healthy eaters as well, and that's why you have so much energy. People may not realize that. Like, you may have a very healthy lifestyle. Others of you, this may be manufactured energy, which isn't so great, like things like caffeine and stuff like that. But yeah, people, you know what I'm seeing as well, and I hate to say this, I did not intend to make this an 18 plus reading, guys, but you know, y'all are freaks and you're bringing me forward all of these, you know, messages. I'm seeing here, like, if you asked about a certain person and you already had, like, you know, that sensual time with them, they may have felt like you have like so much energy and you can just like keep going, like stamina, and they are really turned on by that. So if any of you have like a super high sex drive, or like, I don't know, it just feels like you have so much energy, even like energy beyond that, like just to go out and do stuff and like explore the world and like always do. It just feels like your energy never stops, and people find that super attractive. So it's amazing. Then from the Lovers Oracle, we have this picture and it says, twin flames, your passion ignites. I feel like in love and in life generally, you're very, very passionate in a like almost spiritual way. It's like you see the passion and the beauty in everything, and you speak very passionately. You are in touch with yourself and the things that you enjoy doing, even if it's something mundane, like being a parent. You know, a lot of people are parents. That's how we're all here, right? Like, it's not like you're just a parent. It's like you're really passionate about it, and you like read all the books on it, and you like know all this stuff, and you're just like this well of information that you are passionate about and that you could talk about for hours. And people find that very attractive. And I'm also seeing here again, if any of you ask about a certain person that you have experience with, you may do that sensual experience thing very passionately. And in particular, I'm seeing you like moving your body like a snake. Like, how do I put this? Like being really in the flow of like just what feels right, and, you know, not being stiff and robotic. Guys, I'm so sorry. I do wonder if some of you are actually dancers now, because I just speaking out loud, I'm thinking of dancing. I'm thinking of like being outside, being in nature, like that. You have a very strong human spirit, which is like the hottest thing ever, you know? So yeah, I hope that made sense. We're gonna actually get some traits for you all, and this is not going to 100% resonate with you. There may be traits that come out that like you're like, no, that's not me, and that's fine. This is just, you know, some little extra stuff. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just take it. If it does, though, we're just going to verify some of the people here. Okay. We have Virgo coming out, so this could be your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. This is also showing, even if you don't have Virgo placements, it shows that you're a very like caring person and a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to how you prefer your own life. Virgo energy also has a lot to do with like caring for pets, plants, animals, humans, elderly folk. And also caring for your body. You may have like a certain healthy lifestyle that you choose. So yeah, we have loving. Wow. People love how loving you are. I feel like you're the type of person, and with the ring too, this is another message of the ring. You operate off of like this never-ending flow of unconditional love, and you know, you see the love, the light in everyone and everything, and you very rarely stray from that. And people just find that so attractive. We have the initial Q, which isn't super common. So you may have a Q initial, some of you watching, first, middle, last name, or this could be like an initial that's important, like the name of a town or country. W, same deal. Okay. All right, let's just see here. There's a lot of cards that came out. We have Brave. I wanna see you be brave. I feel like you're someone who is never afraid to stick up for what you believe in. Also, I'm seeing a random vision here. Some of you may have recently like picked up a stray dog or cat, like literally off the side of the road, or like have just saw one. That may be a sign that this is your reading and that you're super attractive. Okay. I'm seeing here like people do not question the fact that like you will always do what's right. You're not going to shy away from a dilemma or a circumstance. It's almost like if you see an injustice take place, you're the type of person who will fight and defend and like go up against that injustice. We have confident, yeah. Loud, confident, not afraid to be yourself. I was picking up on this energy earlier too. We have creative. I could see that. Creative in any way, whatever way, you know, floats your boat. We have Europa. Europe. Some of you may be from Europe or currently in a European country or traveled extensively throughout Europe. We have Australia. Same deal. Traveled to Australia, from Australia. Comment down below if either of these resonate. I'd love to know. Are there any Australians watching? I know there's got to be a lot of Europeans watching, so let me know which country you're from if that resonates. We have February. You may be born this month, or this may be a significant month for you, or you may be watching this in February. I'm filming in November. We have bossy. I can see it. Really good leadership qualities in you guys. Some of you may be managers or organizers, entrepreneurs, something like that. I can totally see that. We have arts, culture, and entertainment. So this may be an interest or even like the line of work that you are in, you know, in the public eye, or an artist of some sort, or like just involving culture, entertainment. We have communications, kind of similar, you know. I'm getting like traveler energy from a lot of you. Like you like traveling, you like being of the world, getting into arts, getting into culture. You know, I see that. And we see busy bee. Yeah, with the rest and rejuvenation card here, like this will apply for a lot of you. You're always busy, always like off traveling somewhere, doing something, starting a business, starting a side hustle, changing your job, moving, like I don't know, you're all over the place. But people actually do find that very attractive. Like you're never boring. You always have something going on, something interesting. You're a very interesting person. Interesante. Guys, I just started learning Spanish again, so I'm sorry if I'm obnoxious with it. All right. We're gonna get some more zodiac signs. And again, these may not resonate. They're just extra validation. We have Taurus. Beautiful Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have Leo. Beautiful. Yeah, Leo is very loud, confident, creative, and Taurus is actually very good with money, very cultured, very you know what, I never met a Taurus who did not dress in either a distinct way or a good way. If it's not like dressing well, it's very distinct. Like I've never met a Taurus with a very average sense of style, average taste in music. Like it's never that. It's always something very distinct. Okay, so you're very unique. I think your personality is totally original. You give me Hierophant reverse energy if there's any tarot readers here. Like you're this spiritual leader, but like you do your own thing. You're a free thinker, which is amazing. So yeah, we're gonna get some more. And this deck here isn't like 100% compatible with the reading we're doing, but I'm just gonna shuffle it up anyways. All right, see if any of these resonate for any of you watching. We have the weight of the world. I do not remember what mindset I was in when I made this deck, but the weight of the world is coming out, and I again feel like this is confirmation of like worldly citizen traveler energy for a lot of you. And we have the communications card here. Some of you may literally be a diplomat or like, you know, something of that nature, working for like an embassy or something. We have long hair for a few of you. All right. All right, we have down-to-earth style. You have a down-to-earth energy, guys, like very bohemian. I mean, you didn't have the bohemian card come out, but like you just feel like a human, like representative of the human race, loving, peaceful. Like you can talk to anyone from any culture, any country, and love them and get along with them. Amazing. Some of you guys watching may not live in your... Oh, you like may be an immigrant, I'm seeing, and people think that's very attractive as well. We have the glow of success. Okay, this is showing a lot of you watching are also very successful. You feel successful in life, prosperous in life, which is amazing. I'm so happy to see that. But there really is a glow, and you give that glow off. Even if you don't feel successful, like you just have that glow of success. I can't describe it. It's just like when someone's happy and, you know, they have enough money in the bank and they have a belly that's full of good foods and, you know, they're just really passionate about what they're doing in life. Like they have that glow to them. And this is confirming that you have that glow to you. And people, like, the word interesting keeps coming to my mind. Like people are really, really fascinated by you, just wanting to talk more, get to know you more, because you probably have so many stories to tell and you've probably been a lot of places and done a lot of things. If not, like you give off that impression. Even if you aren't well traveled, I feel like your life experiences are very varied and interesting, and your upbringing is very interesting. And so I don't know, people love all of this about you. We're gonna pull the tarot from the tarot. We have Five of Swords reversed. Okay, yeah, I feel like Five of Swords reversed is no nonsense energy. You're not gonna sit, well, you're not gonna sit here and just like tolerate ignorance. And I feel like you're very willing to argue with people who are ignorant, which was actually a common theme in all of today's readings. I feel like us as people who watch pick a card readings, we have a lot of similarities, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, no nonsense, mindset. And look, we have the crow again. I just know, well, actually in this deck, all of the swords cards have crows, so I just got really excited for nothing. But still, the crow spirit animal is really strong with you. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like, again, this is down to earth energy, and you don't even like need a lot of money. You know what? A lot of you actually give off the impression that you don't have a lot of money, whether that's true or not, which is really interesting. Or like, you know what it is, guys? I feel like you confuse people on how much money you make. Like, people can never pinpoint if you're like super rich or like totally broke, which I think is great. Honestly, that's what I strive to be. Because it's like, you know, you could be like secretly a millionaire and like just, you know, be so good with your money that like you just, you know, wear an old pair of jeans and like drive like a Honda Civic or something. I don't know. Or like you can come off as someone who's totally like broke, bohemian, like living off the land, but then you're like out here traveling to all these countries doing all this stuff, and people are like, are they broke or do they have a lot of money? I just don't know. So you're kind of a mystery in that regard is what I'm seeing here. People really just want to King of Pentacles and the Ring card here. People really do love your energy though, and they can see something serious with you. Or if you're asking about someone in particular, what they find sexy, what they find attractive about you, like I said earlier, like they really want to settle down with you. They see a future with you because you probably have a lot of similar traits to them. And like all of this stuff here that like they love, like your busyness, your worldliness, you know, those are traits that they too have and desire. So that's beautiful. Let's see. What else? What else? We have Justice. Yeah, this is kind of going off what I said earlier. Like, I think your morals are really attractive. You seem to have really, like a really good head on your shoulders, you know. I personally find it so unattractive when someone tolerates poor morals and ethics. Like, I don't even like being friends with people who like cheat on their spouses or like partners, for example. I think that's weak behavior. No offense if any of y'all have done that. No, it's just like, I don't know. I can go off on a whole tangent, but I feel that people view you as someone who is just, someone who will do right by them, someone who's trustworthy. You give off this natural trustworthiness, and it may be in the way that you communicate. With this Sword of Truth being here, the way you communicate makes people feel very like reassured, very safe, and like you're always willing to do the right thing. You always will do the right thing. You know, it doesn't feel like you have a major like evil streak in your body. So people are attracted to that as well. Also, some of you guys watching may have like a rags to riches story. You may have like worked really hard for everything that you have done in life. Well, actually, I don't see that. I do actually feel like some of you watching do come from more privileged background. But even if you come from a more privileged background in terms of wealth, there may have been a certain skill, talent, knowledge that you really had to work super hard for. And people, like, that is so hot. That is so hot. Someone having a struggle story and coming out on the other side like successful, that is so attractive. So I am seeing that. We have the Chariot in reverse. Okay, so this talks about movement, traveling, or moves, which again, I really believe that a lot of you may not be from the area you live in, or you're someone who travels a lot. It's one or the other, maybe both. You know, and if you do live in like the same area you have your whole life, I feel like you are nothing like the people who are from there. Like, for example, if you live in the country and, you know, you come from a town filled with like conservative people and everyone has like bleach blonde hair and listens to Taylor Swift or whatever, you may be the outlier who is like, I don't know, brunette and progressive, and, you know, I don't know, listens to something better. Anything else, I don't know. So yeah, that's another attractive trait. You're like different, or like you have this sort of flair about you that's different. Like I said, you intrigue people because of how different you are. We have the Six of Pentacles coming out upright, generosity. You have the spirit of generosity, kindness, and hard work. You know, Justice and Six of Pentacles. You're definitely, and busy, rest and rejuvenation reversed. You're a very hard worker. This may be a trait, if you ask about someone in particular, that they very much value. So the person who you asked about, if you did ask about someone, may be someone who is very work-oriented, entrepreneur, small business owner, manager, someone like that, or just someone who had to work very hard as well. And so they really value that in you. I feel like that's an attractive trait no matter what your background is, though. And then we have the Three of Cups, which shows amazing friendship, kinship, getting along wonderfully with people. There's like a friendliness. Some of you may be extroverted. I do get like more extroverted vibes from a lot of you. If you're not extroverted, you come across that way at times because you're very confident, good at communicating, and people find that very attractive. It's like always friendly, fun. Also, Three of Cups is literally just a fun card. So you're just a fun person to be around in general. And even if like things don't work out with someone or people romantically, I feel like a lot of people still want to keep in contact with you and be your friend because of like just how easy you are to talk to, how fun you are, how non-judgmental you are, and how like your spirit as a whole like operates from a very unconditionally loving place. And I don't know, there's just something about your energy that feels very maybe mystical is the wrong word. It just feels like raw connection to source and earth, and like I was saying earlier, just this enchantress energy. That's a good word, enchantress or enchanter of the woods, you know, like that's the type of energy you give off. So very magical. There's a lot of magic in your spirit, whether you believe it or not, and people are just very drawn in towards you. So yeah, you guys are awesome. This is a cool reading. Thank you for watching me, you cool people. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I'd love to hear that, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye.